Using those tweets as evidence.
That's so cool.
Because he doesn't know.
He doesn't get it. Because you know what? When you say things and you're the president, people take it seriously. Is it true? When you say something, when you say, "Oh, we shouldn't have any trans people in the military," seriously, you're just gonna tweet that? You're just gonna tweet it?
Hey, we shouldn't take anyone from these shithole countries. I mean, black. I mean, brown. I mean, we need more people from Norway.
President 45 on Wednesday said Attorney General Jeff Sessions should stop this rigged witch hunt, heightening his attacks on the special counsel's investigation into whether his campaign colluded with Russia in 2016 presidential election, whether he obstructed justice. Is it? I mean,
oh yeah, Rudy Giuliani.
As we discussed last week, it's okay if he gets impeached because Pence isn't as scary as long as we
have the House.
We have the House and the Senate.
Yeah, which
and when we say we, I'm not a Democrat. I am a socialist. So it's not even a we thing. I think there should be a multiple party system. I think it should be like Italy, where there's like 1,600 parties. Or
oh, that's too many.
I mean, whatever.
England has like I think 3. Yeah,
more than 2 parties, because that's the thing is, well, it's the Democrats and the Republicans. The Democrats are wrong, and you're a Democrat. No, I'm not.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I think we need to press pause and start all over again with both parties, honestly, because.
How about new parties? Why don't we call them something new?
Like what?
I mean, we could call one greed, and we could call one being nice to people. How about that?
How about
greedy fucks? Greedy fucks. How about we'll call one party the greedy fucks. We'll call them the people that have money that want to keep their money away from us poor people. We'll call them the greedy fucks, and the other group will be like socialists.
Okay.
Because they like to party. They know how to be social. So I'm going to totally be a socialist. I am so social. I'm actually not very social. I'm quite anti-social, to be honest. I am a socialist who is anti. I hate most people. Like, it's terrible. And now that I work at the bar, I get to judge so much more freely inside my head. It is so fun.
It's like you get to throw shade all day.
I know, in my head, it's so great. But I sit there quietly to myself and I think about how much I hate people. I'm like...
Well, I mean, the thing, it's just like, yeah. Especially because people feel so entitled. I mean, especially here, we're in San Francisco, so everyone's so, oh, well.
When you pay with your Apple Watch, fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, like, I can get it. I sort of get the paying with the phone. But when you fucking take your $1,000 watch and go, boop, fuck you.
I don't need a watch. I mean, I don't understand. We already have our phones. It's too much. And just imagine.
We have debit cards. Remember those?
Cash. No collusion.
This is here. I'll try to read like Donald Trump. This is a terrible situation, and Attorney General Jeff Sessions should stop this rigged witch hunt right now before it continues to stain our country any further. Bob Mueller is totally conflicted, and his 17 angry Democrats that are doing his dirty work are a disgrace to the USA! Exclamation point. That was from this morning at 6:24 a.m.
This fool never sleeps. He is, you know what? I watch the Young Turks like religiously, and so one of the Cenk Uygur, he has a bet going that he might be out come November.
He might be out come November?
Yeah, like
we should do a...
like by the end of the year. We should do like maybe a countdown.
You know what, like with the babies, you know when you have a baby and they say, what day is going to be born on? We could do a thing here, and it could be a Trump's impeachment thing, and we put the days like a calendar.
Like an advent calendar.
Right, where people bet, oh, this would be fun, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like the Super Bowl thing, like with the thing, and they buy the squares, and then the baby pool, it's a pool, right?
It's a pool.
But we put it up there with all the days, starting November 1st. So November through January, we do a 3-month thing. It's 60, so there's 90 squares.
Right.
Because there's 90 days. And it's $1 a square. The station
Capitalism
gets,
at its finest.
right. The station gets half the money, and the winner gets the pool if they get it right. They get, you know, like, so half of the station.
Oh, that's actually a great idea.
Right? I like, look at us figuring out ways
Look
to
at
make
that.
money.
We're going to make money off this administration, too.
Absolutely. It would be really fun to see that. I'm going with my dates. God, I want to do like November 17th. What about, I can't be around, the problem is that they can't impeach him when they're on vacation.
Oh, so yeah, on recess.
So there'll be some blackout days at the end of November and the end of December. There'll be some blackout days because I think they do take like some recesses and stuff.
I am feeling November to maybe early December, just because that'll be after the election. Because I believe the November 4th or the 6th is the election for the House and Senate. So hopefully, if Russia doesn't take over the voting ballots,
how would they do that?
Well, they've already been caught in Missouri. Claire McCaskill, who was running for Senate again in Missouri, they just found out, Microsoft, I believe, found out for them that Russia was already hacking into that election, which Russia will be hacking into the election. So
technology is ruining us, I guess. Maybe we need to go back to the hanging chads and then do it. The tweet will likely become part of a special counsel Robert Mueller's probe. Investigators have been looking at Trump's Twitter rants to determine whether they're a part of an attempt to obstruct justice.
See?
Twitter rants obstructing justice.
I mean, it's evidence, right?
It's evidence. Oh, he said it. Although during the election, they did a study of his tweets, and some of them are done by like his people,
right?
So it was
but
like,
if it's under his real,
it's still under the real control.
Right.
But it's still, some of them aren't him and some of them are him. And like the ones that they studied them to see like which ones weren't him because they were nicer.
Yeah, well, the ones that weren't him were the ones that had correct grammar. The ones that are not him have the horrible grammar and the misspellings and the
exclamation points.
Or they just don't, or they're just vague.
They just
don't make sense.
Yeah. Sessions recused himself for matters involving the investigation last year after he lied about his meetings with Russian officials while advisor to Trump's campaign. His deputy later appointed Mueller as special counsel to pursue the probe. Since then, Trump has frequently raged at Sessions. He has suggested the Attorney General should not have recused himself and has lamented naming Sessions to the cabinet post. Trump's new tweet tirade came as the public gets a deeper view of Mueller's investigation. A trial began Tuesday for former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort, who has been charged with money laundering and fraud related to his work as pro-Russia lobbyist in Ukraine.
He's going to the booty house.
Well, I mean, people can really go to prison for this kind of shit.
I know.
Treason. I guess you can kill people for treason. Trump, who has repeatedly tried to distance himself from Manafort by citing his short time with the 2016 campaign, claimed Wednesday the trial had, quote, nothing to do with collusion, and again referred to Mueller's investigation as a hoax. Here's this tweet.
Your whole presidency is a hoax.
Yeah. Paul Manafort worked for Ronald Reagan, Bob Dole, and many other highly prominent and respected political leaders.
And they were
He worked for me for a very short time. Why didn't government tell me he was under investigation? These old charges have nothing to do with collusion. A hoax.
Okay,
That was also this morning at 6:34. So at 6:24, he was having a rough morning. We've all been in a funk. I'm in a funk.
Yeah, but this motherfucker
President's
deserves
in a funk.
it.
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing is that how come he gets
he won't stand down
well,
because
he's more stubborn than I am.
Oh, girl, yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's just like, but he still has 80% of the support of the Republican Party. Even though, yes, yeah. They're still standing by him, even as treason. That's what they're doing. Even with his treasonous acts that he's done, they're still standing. I mean, he was just in Florida, yesterday or the day before, at that stupid rally, and they're doing all his greatest hits. Again, like, fake news and CNN sucks, and like, come up with some new shit. Come up. See, they are so stupid, they can't even come up with new shit, new material. But yeah, but the thing is, and plus, 45 has pissed off the FBI and the CIA so much, so they're gonna get him.
Comey was not his homie.
Yeah, they're gonna get him.
Rudy Giuliani, Trump's attorney. Rudy Giuliani is Trump's attorney. Mm-hmm. That's hilarious to me right now.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh, he's been going on a tirade. All these interviews he's been doing on TV have been horrible.
Well, he says Trump's attorney Rudy Giuliani later downplayed the tweet and insisted the president has been sharing his opinion rather than giving an order. So when he said the thing about the no more gays in the no trans people in the military, was that in his tweet? Was that an order, or was that a like we can look through all of his ridiculous?
Well,
tweets.
he was trying to use some of that as policy, and like even with the
you can't tweet policy.
Yeah, well, that's right.
I guess you can.
No, you can't.
You can't.
That's not how government works.
This is his quote here. The president was expressing his opinion on his favored medium for asserting his First Amendment right of free speech. He said should, not must, and no presidential order was issued or will be, Giuliani said in statement to reporters. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders offered the same defense. It's not an order, it's the president's opinion, she told reporters Wednesday in the White House press briefing. I don't think that the president should be able to tweet.
I think you should.
But
we're dealing with someone
Barack
special.
Obama have tweeted? Barack Obama never tweeted.
Yeah, he did.
He did?
But not like this.
Not like this.
This is different. He uses Twitter as a platform for government to sell his material. He uses Twitter as a personal diary to the public.
Right. But that's the thing is that presidents are supposed to have a presidential air about them, and he's made it a reality TV show.
Exactly. This is not a real president. Obviously, the no collusion. The reason why he says no collusion all the time is like he knows that his presidency is illegitimate. Illegitimate. Thank you. He's not a legitimate president. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I just don't think he has the skill. I don't think he had the skill set because he doesn't know anything about
government. Stuff.
Right.
Spelling.
Making laws.
Writing. Arithmetic.
The way that Well, the structure, bless you, the structure of the entire.
I mean, yeah. Oh, this dude.
The Paul Manafort trial, a who's who of names. Special counsel Robert Mueller has submitted a long list of witnesses, including Rick Gates and Tad Devine. I don't know who those people are. Before Paul Manafort ran President Donald Trump's campaign, he spent years working with Russians and Ukrainians with ties to the Kremlin, cashing out millions of dollars in the process. He is now on trial for bank fraud and tax evasion charges in Virginia, while he awaits another in D.C. This trial is one of the most closely watched events to date to come out of the special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into the Trump campaign's possible collusion with Russia. Here are some of the key witnesses who will appear at the trial, as well as the Ukrainians and Russians we'll be hearing about. I have no idea what's going on.
All right, so Paul Manafort worked on his campaign 2015, 2016, but he had been working also with, he had been working with the Ukraine and what have you, with oligarchs and what have you that had ties to Russia. If I'm wrong about this, please comment and let us know.
Yeah,
but so he's dirty. He's
18
just always
counts related to bank and tax fraud. Ooh, tax fraud.
Tax fraud.
Yeah. See, that's what we need to get into. Is we still haven't seen the president's taxes.
You know why?
Because he didn't pay any.
Well, that and there's gonna be some Russia shit on there as well,
right?
And money laundering. This is it's either one of two things. What's gonna bring him down? Hoes. Because
we are puritanical fuckbags.
Well, yeah. I mean, with the Stormy Daniels, and now there's a new one.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or money laundering. So money and hoes.
Well, and or making the other thing is that you can't use your political status to make more money, and he used it's the whole thing with Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, but they're not talking about that.
No,
they're not going to bring that. You would think though. That's but it's going to be either like the Stormy Daniels stuff, because now Michael Cohen has tapes. There's tapes of him making payments to the women that he slept with to silence them. So the fake company that Cohen made up to launder the money to. I mean, it's like a gangster. It's a real gangster movie, but we're paying the price for it.
Though the charges in this case center on Manafort's finances rather than his work for Trump, some have speculated that Mueller is trying to pressure Manafort into flipping and providing dirt on the president. Manafort spent decades lobbying and working on Republican campaigns, including those of Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, and H.W. Bush.
Which I have a Nancy Reagan shirt on right now.
Oh, sweet. Oh, look at her. Just say yo.
Just say yo.
No, don't say no. Say yo. Say, yo, where the drugs at?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's good stuff. So, anyways, he's dirty. Federal prosecutors say Manafort didn't report at least $30 million in income from his Ukraine consulting and concealed several offshore accounts.
Yeah, buddy.
You know, $30 million of not claimed. Okay, and here's the thing.
These people are so dumb.
I have to pay taxes on the money at the beauty video. The $14,000. So the government is after my $1,200. They need it. They come back. They get it.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't have to pay taxes on $30 million?
Well,
$30 million he didn't report? Fuck you guys. And you come after the little dogs? You come after us? Oh, look, the weird little artists in San Francisco. We want your... Like, our government wouldn't be in a fucking deficit if we made the rich people fucking pay their share. Why do they not have to pay? Why is it that they're so privileged and so entitled that they don't have to pay taxes?
Well, they're trying to get another tax bill in for another tax cut for the 1% before the blue wave comes.
Oh, because they're such big job creators? Yeah. Like, give us some money, you rich fucks. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, trickle down economics.
Trickle down economics, my ass.
Trickle down like a doo-doo.
So I see how it's trickling down. When you come to Bender's and you buy a burger and then you don't tip on your card. You put the card in and it says you can tip 10, 15, or 20%, and you just say no thanks. That's that trickling down?
Like doo-doo.
Doo-doo down the pants. Manafort joined Trump's campaign in unpaid position in 2016, ascending to campaign chairman. He resigned that August after he was named in the Black Ledger, which detailed payments of Ukraine party region's Yankovic's party. The judge said that Manafort faces a very real possibility of spending the rest of his life in prison.
Woo!
Given the amount of evidence against
Country
him.
club.
Rick Gates,
that was
Manafort's
his
right-hand man,
yeah,
was expected to be the government's star witness, though reports Wednesday today indicate prosecutors may not call him after all. Nevertheless, he's a key figure. He and Manafort worked together in the Ukraine as well as on Trump's campaign. According to the indictment, Gates assisted Manafort with tampering with documents and misrepresenting Manafort and his own finances. However, Gates is set to testify against his former business partner as part of a deal with prosecutors, which he pled guilty to conspiracy and lying to the FBI. Now, that's the thing. These guys better go to jail. If Martha Stewart went down, these motherfuckers better be in jail too. I need to see at least 6 month sentences. At least. Martha had like 9 months because she lied about.
Wesley Snipes had a couple years.
Wesley Snipes was in jail?
Yeah, for IRS, same thing. He got a couple years though.
Oh my God. I think Martha was in for 9 months.
Yeah, she got months. He got years. Ooh. Ain't that some shit? But yeah, all of them need to go to the booty house.
When you fuck with people's money, we'll get you. Tad Devine, great name, Tad.
Oh, look at his face.
He looks like he had just got a stroke on the face. Tad Devine was the first witness called to testify. He had been a senior advisor to the 26th campaign of Senator Bernie Sanders. But before that, he worked for Manafort as a consultant to help elect Yankovic as president of the Ukraine in 2010. Devine quit working for Yankovic after the government arrested former Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko. He declined to work with Manafort during the 2012 Ukrainian elections, but later returned to build a new Ukrainian political party after Yankovic was ousted in 2014. While on the stand, Devine said he earned $600,000 for working on Yankovic's 2010 presidential campaign and said his firm was paid by Manafort's company via wire transfer. He said he did not know if the money came from a foreign bank account. Devine's consulting firm has asserted he did nothing illegal.
He should get 6 months.
6 months. Viktor Yankovic.
Oh, he looks ominous as fuck.
Viktor Yankovic won't appear on trial, but his name will figure prominently during the testimony. The former president of Ukraine won his seat with the help of Manafort, who revamped Yankovic's image during a run for prime minister in 2006. Before that race, Yankovic had been arrested twice. His party of regions was known for being tied to organized crime and Russia. Manafort allegedly taught Yankovic how to deliver a speech, stay on message, and dress like a politician. Yankovic was elected prime minister in 2006, but lost another race for the position in 2007. In 2010, Yankovic brought Manafort on for his presidential campaign. Although he won, he was ousted in February 2014 after he persecuted his political enemies and was accused of corruption. The former politician is wanted by Ukraine for corruption and murder and faces sanctions by the U.S. and European Union for the invasion of Crimea. Konstantin Kilimnik. These are fun names. Konstantin Kilimnik is a Russian political consultant who worked for Manafort's consulting firm in Kiev, Ukraine. Chicken Kiev, by the way, is a delicious food. One of my favorites of all time.
Hungry.
He was, I'm hungry, I am starving. He was the 20th person to be indicted by Mueller and is facing charges of conspiracy to obstruct justice and obstruction of justice. In June, Kilimnik and Manafort were later charged with witness tampering for allegedly asking two witnesses to provide false testimony. These guys are dirty and deep, dark.
I know.
Dirty.
Like they're into everything.
They're killing people.
I'm sure there's some sex trade going on.
Some sex trade going on.
You know there is. Money laundering, like they into everything.
Russian girls are really pretty.
Till they're 25.
Kilimnik.
They don't age well.
Kilimnik's name appeared. They lose their hair and then they're not as pretty. Yeah. In several emails that prosecutors plan to show at trial, he has ties to Russian intelligence, which he denies. Oh, this is a great name. Oleg Deripaska. Deripaska.
He looks like he would hate fuck you.
Oh, wow.
He looks like he would like tie you up or something and cut you and fuck you at the same time.
Yeah, he's going to put a knife on his dick.
Yeah.
Oleg Deripaska, a close acquaintance of Russian President Vladimir Putin, is likely to come up in relation to $10 million he allegedly lent to Manafort. He lent $10 million?
Oh, okay. Here you go.
Deripaska, who will not appear in this trial, is also the person who allegedly introduced Manafort to Ukraine. The U.S. revoked Deripaska's visa in 2005, possibly because of alleged ties to organized crime, according to the Wall Street Journal. And less than 2 weeks before Trump accepted the GOP presidential nomination, Manafort offered to give private briefings about the 2016 election to Deripaska. Rinat Rinat Akhmedov. Good name. The name of Riak Akhmedov, a Ukrainian steel magnate, has already popped up in the trial. Devine testified on Tuesday that Akhmedov contributed funds to the Party of Regions and was close with Manafort. Akhmedov hired Manafort in 2005 to improve his public image of this company. Akhmedov was an early backer of the Russian-friendly Party of Regions and brought Manafort in to work on the party's campaign, including Yankovic's. Akhmedov is one of the wealthiest people in the Ukraine with a net worth of $5.8 billion, according to Forbes. All right, so those are the key players.
So what it sounds like to me is